Hello. I'm going to wait a second to see if people join us. I just sent the link out to you guys. I'm trying new fun things here to make this work. I don't know if it's going to work or not. If not, it'll just record what I'm saying. This is live in real action from my house, my messy room. I'm hiding in my bedroom so my kids can't come in here and try to disrupt the meeting. Polka Dot is in a room trying to get some sleep, and Vince is downstairs distracted by terrible television. So Daddy's watching him, corralling him, and I am hiding upstairs in my room on the floor trying to do this video thing for you guys. Not sure if it's going to work for other people to join. I don't have any viewers. That's what I keep looking at in the corner just yet. But this is also really important stuff that we need to cover for you guys because March for Life is super close and we're almost about to leave. And I assure you it's organized in some capacity. I know it's frustrating with not being able to know things to the last minute. Part of that is that working with the group that's organizing it is used to organizing it for adults, and I did not agree with some of the plans that they were making, so I went a little rogue and had to do some planning of my own that should have already been planned. So that all makes sense here in a minute when I go through the slideshow. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to wait just a couple of seconds more, but then I'm actually going to go through this slideshow, and then I'll send the link out otherwise if you can't join in. So, and then again, technology is fun. We're going to have some fun with that. So screen share, we're going to share my screen. It's going to look really funky here for a second, but then I'll get it when we go to my slideshow and we present my slideshow. It's exciting. So here we go, is our my March for Life slideshow. This is the logo for this year, that love saves lives. And this is, to keep in mind that this is a pilgrimage too. It's not just a fun trip to DC. That's going to be fun. We're going to have fun, but we're also going for a purpose. And we're going to take the time to talk about the church's teaching on life in general. Because the March focuses on abortion and how that is not respecting the life of the person in the womb. But then, our church teaches, though, that life is sacred from cradle to grave, and we're going to kind of talk about that in different aspects, because this is a chance for us to learn more about life, our church's teachings on social justice, and to kind of see things from a different perspective. So who's going? I'm in charge. Me, Mandy. I look like I'm in charge, right? With my bow tie on from a photo booth with my son. There's my cell phone, so you guys have that so you guys have that for when you're traveling. 502-836-1666. We are riding an archdiocesan bus. There'll be other groups of students as well as other adults on the bus. When we meet the bus, try to have seats close together so we can have the drive to DC until we fall asleep to get to know each other a little bit better, since we don't have a time to meet in person. So who's going? Look at me creeping on social media. So we have Don Mitchell going. That's Don. Hi, Don. All you guys are juniors. The boys are juniors at Trinity, and the girls are juniors at Oldham County High School. Then we have Christopher Colwell. I picked this picture because it cracks me up with the dog in it and everything. And then Miss Madeline and Miss Janelle. And I don't know Janelle yet in person because she's friends with Madeline, and that's how we got connected. So we're going to get to know each other well over those couple days. The itinerary. We catch the bus at Trinity at 4:30. You can come. I'll be there probably about 4:15. Make sure we're there on time. When you get there, find me. And they don't want people to park there unless they're a student and you already have a parking pass. So boys, you can leave your cars there in your spots if you have spots. But everybody else, they want to just be dropped off and picked up there. There's a statue of like a weird funky statue over in front of the rotunda over by the campus store. I think it'd be a great meeting spot for us. It's pretty apparent from Shelbyville Road, so hopefully you can find that. So if it's the first entrance to Trinity from Shelbyville Road, and there's this weird statue that's large by the campus store. That should be a good spot. The girls should be able to find that too. So meet there at 4:30 with all your stuff ready to go. We'll find wherever the bus ends up being parked, and we'll walk to that spot. There's Trinity's has a group going too, and they're meeting the bus there as well. That's why we're meeting there. Originally, they said St. Albert, but St. Albert's not going, and they they're also doing a building project, so they didn't have room for us in the parking lot. And it was going to be just us getting on the bus there. And so I said, that's silly. And I made it work out that we can get on the bus and get on the road quicker by getting in at Trinity. You will be on the bus for a long time. It's like a 10 to 12-hour drive. You can bring stuff to entertain yourself, but keep in mind that you're responsible for your own stuff. I ain't your mama. And you're going to share the space with everyone else. People bring like these huge amounts of pillows and blankets, and you're like in a bus with other people. And you need to make that happen. And then bring anything you might want for Thursday on the bus with you. We will not get into our bags until we get to the hotel on Thursday night. They'll be in the bottom of the bus. So bring your backpack, fill that with like a change of clothes, your toothbrush, your contact solution, your face wash, your deodorant, whatever you would need for a Thursday, like quick freshen up thing in the morning. When we get to like a restaurant in the morning, we can freshen up, and then but all that stuff has to be with you on the bus. Any medicine you take, stuff like that. I will have snacks, but if you have certain snacks you want, you bring that with you too. Please try to sleep on the bus. We hit the ground running when we get to DC, and you need your rest. And I mean, it's kind of hard. Maybe that's where a good thing is for listening to music or something like that. They'll play movies, but I know it's hard to fall asleep on the bus, but we hit the ground going, and we gotta take the sleep when we can get it. And then the bus will make several stops throughout the night. The bus driver has to take so many stops per hour. I think it's like 2 to 3 hours if you make a stop. And then we'll stop for dinner as well as we're going up there, and breakfast in the morning. And you have to bring money to buy snack thingies at random gas stations. There's a really big truck stop we stop at. It's rather impressive. You bring money for that one. And then dinner and breakfast in the morning. So Thursday morning, 7 a.m.-ish, we stop for breakfast outside DC, probably a Cracker Barrel. It's always a Cracker Barrel, typically. This is not included in the price that you paid already, so bring money for that. And then once we have breakfast, or before we have breakfast, is where you'll freshen up for the day. So again, have those items with you on the bus. 9:30, us and Mercy and Trinity are going, this is where we're going rogue. We're getting dropped off at the Holocaust Museum from the bus. They don't open until 10, so we get there, we'll wait in line, and we'll go in right away to go to the permanent exhibit. And the plan then is to meet in the lobby about 11:30, where we'll walk to the metro station. And Jimmy John's will meet us at 11:30 at the Holocaust Museum, and they'll give us boxed lunches, which we will take to the next stop on the metro station to go to meet the rest of the bus. That's where we went rogue, because they're going to have us like kind of hanging out in one spot all day when we had the whole city to ourselves. I thought it was a lot of sitting for you guys, and Trinity and Mercy agreed, so that's why we went rogue. But again, we have their blessing to do this. It's just we're not with the whole entire group, but it's not a problem. And then, so we'll have the Jimmy John's lunch. Parrish is paying for that meal for you, so don't worry about that one. And then we will go from the metro station, ride that up to the John Paul II Shrine, where the rest of the group is. And they'll have had like this lengthy guided tour and stuff. But the bishop is going to be there. Archbishop Kurtz will spend some time and give a brief presentation. We'll kind of hang out with him. And then we can... Now, then the schedule kind of changes for us to kind of decide what we want to do. At 1:30 to 2, the whole group is going to walk from the shrine to the National Basilica for Mass and have lunch and a snack and all that kind of stuff and get seats. Apparently, seats fill up really quick in the church itself, so they want to get there really early. But that'll give us a lot of time to sit around and wait for them. So if you like, we can. It's going to be a group decision, not just, and some people this, some people no. We hang back and walk around the John Paul II Shrine, and then walk over to the Basilica a little bit later. And then we give time to find spots and sit and wait and take turns walking in pairs and going to go to the cafeteria and stuff like that at the Basilica. And we can talk about that on the bus, because we have 10 hours. What are we going to do otherwise? And then Thursday, the Mass itself begins at 5:30. So you can see that at 2:30 they walk over there, and then they wait 3 hours for the Mass to start. And then Mass actually happens. That's 2 hours longer. So that's where I'm kind of like, maybe you guys want to walk around the shrine a little bit too. When we get to the hotel, we'll head to the hotel when the Mass is done, and there'll be pizza, and it's included in the price of the trip. When we get to the hotel, we gather our stuff in the bus and patiently wait for the rooms that we are assigned. Well, and when we have pizza, we'll talk about the next day and process what we did that day and what we saw, kind of recap the day. And then we go to bed. So the hotel, this is where we're staying at, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites. There's the address and the phone number. The girls will be in one room. The boys will be in a different room. You'll most likely have 2 other kids from another group in the room with you. And I am sharing a room with 3 other women as well. I don't know who I'm sleeping with either. That sounds terrible. But yeah, like I probably we kind of left it at 4 to a room, so we get who we have in the room. We all have a bed, thank God. We have a pillow, and we have a place to sleep that night. Rules for the hotel: we need to get a good night's sleep and rest. So we go to bed to sleep. We go to bed and sleep. No shenanigans. Like, like there was times where people like think it's funny to like try to go sneak out to go hang out in the lobby or something, but that's a problem for you, because the next day you're walking just as much and you're tired and cranky, and that's gonna make me tired and cranky, and I want to sleep because then I'm paying attention to what you're doing. And also, no shenanigans. Stay in your room when you're supposed to. Only open doors for adults that you recognize. So you'll probably know me. You'll know Anna Metzger from Mercy, and Holly. She's Holly McGee in my phone. That's the one from Trinity. McEwen? That's right? Okay, whatever. So she's but you'll probably know them, but there'll be other adults from the bus you recognize too. And only open the doors for those people that you recognize. The other adults who say they're with the group and you don't know who they are, it's fine to say, please, I'm not going to open the door for you. Please go find my youth minister. And I'm totally, if they think that's rude, that's tough to eat, you're being safe. Then when you lock your door at night, lock the door with the bolt thingy and the chain thingy. It's just really official words, but lock them with both. And adults will do room checks at lights out, which means I'm coming around, knocking on the door, making sure you're in a room, making sure you don't need anything, and know what time to get up and all that kind of stuff. And you can get snacks and drinks and ice and all the other magical things you need before lights out. But when we do room checks, you're in for the night. Don't leave the room or you're in big trouble. No purple is another rule for the hotel. Guys are blue, girls are red, don't make purple. That includes hanging out in rooms of the opposite gender. Hang out in common areas only, or like maybe sometimes my room could be used as one, but the door's open and that's a set time we're doing that. When it's time to sleep, sleep. This is, again, happened before. People get grumpy and angry and annoying. So go to sleep when you're supposed to. And then stuff that I feel like I shouldn't have to say, but I have to say because I'm like, you didn't tell me I couldn't do this. So no drugs, no alcohol, or other things that be deemed inappropriate, like streaming things that are inappropriate in the hotel room, all that kind of stuff. So Friday, buses depart very early. You'll have to have everything packed and ready to go and load on the bus. We'll have an adult go in your room and make sure you didn't forget anything and double check the room's in good shape, and go downstairs and eat breakfast in the hotel. Grab some other things in your pockets and snacks for me in your backpack for the day. We will go to the youth rally at the Capital One Arena. I'm going to email this to you guys too, and these are hyperlinked so you can go and see to see more information on the thing. But it's a youth rally in Mass at the Capital One Arena. It's formerly the Verizon Center at 8:30, and then there's a rally, and then there's a Mass, and all the bishops are there, and it's really cool to kind of an experience. The basilica is like this too, where you experience how many people are coming for this one purpose and the shared value and the shared belief, the experience of the larger church. I think in the basilica, if we end up downstairs and not in the main church, it's still really cool that there's that many people there and we have to go downstairs. And the youth rally, we have tickets for this youth rally. It sells out really quickly, but our bishop gets tickets for our diocese. So we have tickets for that. We have the Mass, and then from there you walk to the March for Life rally, which is like on the grounds at the start of the march. And then they're having Plum, the singer, she's a Christian artist, like singing at it, and other speakers. Last year they had the vice president and stuff there. I really don't think that'll happen this year. It's not publicized. But like they have like a little rally for everybody who's involved. And then you do the March for Life up Constitution Street to the Supreme Court in the Capitol building. And that starts at 1. So we'll be outside this whole time. So once we leave the youth rally Mass, until the march is over, we are outside the whole time. So this is where you'll need layers and good walking shoes for sure. And wear your hats. Okay, that's an exclamation point one. I ordered hats for us to wear so we can find each other in the crowd. If we get separated, it's easy to find them and know that we all have a winter hat with us. They have not yet arrived. They're supposed to have come today during Snowmageddon. So I'm hoping we'll have them in time when they can come whenever. They're looking at when the exact delivery date will be. I will contact them today. I don't have any answers for that, but they're cool hats. They're like toboggan, goes over your ears, and it has a really cool Oscar Romero quote that those who have a voice should speak for the voiceless. Perfect for life issues. So, but I mean, so we'll have really cool hats. They just don't right now. So the point is, you wear them though in the crowd. If you get separated, it's easier to find the hat that's unique to us versus the heads of everybody else of 300,000 people. The organizers are trying to set up a time for our bus group to go see a representative or some other legislator from Kentucky, but that always kind of, it comes and turns out we find out that day if it's going to happen. I think it all depends on the schedule and what's going on in the Senate and stuff like that. So that's kind of up in the air still. Depending on the time, we may go to the Union Station for a late lunch. We're going to just that's why you stay together. We know where we are at all times. And cell phones are super important too for that reason. So whatever happens, we meet the bus around 5 p.m. and head overnight on the bus. We'll make a stop for dinner, and that's not included in the price of the trip. And we stop again every couple hours like we did before. We will plan to be back over on Trinity around 6 or 7 a.m. We will communicate with parents as we approach the city to give a better ETA for pickup. Parents, please be on time because adults are tired and sleepy and they want to go to their own beds. So come pick up your children. We cannot leave until the children are gone. What to pack? A backpack is super important. That's why it's bold. Layers of clothing. We are outside. Look at the weather. Right now it looks okay. You never know what's going to happen. It's a rain or shine event. Snow or whatever event. And the weather looks fine for snow-wise. That's why it isn't canceled. It's been canceled before because of snow. Looks like we're not going to have that as a problem. But we're going to be outside walking a bunch. So make sure you have layers of clothes, like a t-shirt, a thermal shirt, a long t-shirt, a hoodie, whatever. However, if you're hot or cold, whatever. If you're cold, you're going to suck it up. If you're hot, you can take layers off. That's kind of how I see it as, because we're not going to do anything if you're cold. Like, sorry, and that suck. But like a coat that you can fold up, a scarf, hat, should have a hat for you, gloves, tights, thermals, socks. That's like if it's really cold, if you're really cold natured. These are all things that you can look at. Warm shoes that are good walking shoes, poncho, sunglasses, chapstick, hand warmers. You don't know what's going to happen. So have that. Comfortable walking shoes, again, is super important. If your feet hurt, tough. You got to keep walking. There's no option otherwise. So just deal with it. Like, I have knee problems. I'll have my knee brace on, but I'm going to keep going. I did fine at NCYC. I'll be doing fine at this, I'm sure. But like, you just got to make it work however you need to make it work. Make sure you have your phone charger or a backup battery or for your phone. We really rely on our phones, especially if we get separated. The march itself has 300,000 people at it. And it's really easy if you like turn a corner as a group with like 300,000 people to get separated from your group if you're not being vigilant. And so you want to be able to get a hold of each other. So cell phones are super important. We have to make sure those cell phones are charged as well. So that's what works with that. Again, toiletries are important. Toothbrush, deodorant. We don't want any stinky kiddos. So whatever you need to keep yourself in a fresh and clean state. Refillable water bottle. We want to make sure everyone stays hydrated as well. And an empty water bottle can easily be filled up at a water fountain at places. You might not be able to take water inside the door, but like there's water fountains everywhere and you can fill your water bottle up and have a drink with that. Snacks. I will have snacks for you, but if you want your own snacks too, we want to make sure everybody has plenty to eat. And I will have heartier snacks. Getting a drink here. I will have heartier snacks like granola bars and trail mix, and I have some peanut butter and pretzels and stuff like that. We want to make sure that you have plenty of snacks. Because on the day of the march, it's kind of like we have to have hearty snacks until we can stop for lunch because it's really hard to stop. Then you need like your pillow and blankets on the bus because you are going to sleep. And bus entertainment, again, responsible for your own business. Money for your meals and money for any souvenirs you want. Be prepared to see pro-choice protesters. I went 2 years ago for the march, and I only saw one, and she had this little wimpy sign that was written on like a poster board with a Sharpie. But I have a strong feeling with the political environment we're in now, we'll see a lot more. But no matter what they say, treat them with kindness. We're there, our group. Some groups might not feel this way, but our group is there because this is important to our beliefs that all life is sacred. And even the person who's yelling at us hateful things because they don't agree with us, their life is sacred just as much as the kids, just as much as the babies and the other people we're talking about are sacred, right? So we treat them with kindness. We treat them as Christ would treat them. We can maybe be an example of, of what stereotype they think they know, the opposite of that to be true. Be prepared to see lots of people. This surprised me. I don't know why it surprised me when I did it. Like, because you would think, like, I'm like, oh, okay, 300,000 people. I don't realize how much that is until I walk around the corner. Like, I've gone to the National Catholic Youth Conference and that's 30,000 people, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. But actually to see it in there, it's, again, so easy to get us to be separated from the group, and so you have to be attentive to your surroundings. No phone walking. We don't need any like viral videos of you walking into people into the march because you're on your phone the whole time. An example of this lovely thing too is Jack Culbertson 2 years ago got separated from the group because he was walking and texting and turned left when the group turned right, and he got on a bus and it was not his own bus, so he had to come find us, and it was drama, but it was fine. But it's like, again, just pay attention to your surroundings. This is where I get really stressed out, keeping a group together and making sure they're all where they need to be. Once we get to a place, I'm like, hey, cool, whatever, we're fine. But staying together with me is where I get really stressed out because I'm responsible for you. So just stay with the group, please, and don't make me have to get out my mom voice. There was not a lot of media coverage. That was something that surprised me too. There was more last year, apparently, because the vice president was there, but I don't know if there really will be a lot of news coverage otherwise. You would think when 300,000 plus people are there, there'd be like a lot of news coverage, but I only saw like EWTN and stuff like that. But there wasn't a lot there. And then one thing that really surprised me that I wasn't prepared for, I want to make sure everyone knows about, the pro-life protesters. Like, they're pro-life. They're on our side using really graphic images. I don't know if it's a shock value thing or they want to scare the protesters in the opposite side and see how terrible it is. But they have images of like aborted fetuses, and they even had like a video of the silent scream of movie of it playing on an inflatable jumbotron. And this really surprised me. And this always bothers me. I think it really bothered me when I went 2 years ago because I was pregnant with that. So I don't know if it was like guarding my baby kind of thing. I don't know why it really bothered me then, but it always kind of bothers me because the idea of mercy. There's people who have had abortions who participate in this because they think, I've made a mistake. This is awful. I want to change my ways, or whatever their reasons. And they've made a peace with it. And now they're pro-life and they go on something like this and they see images like that. And how does that show God's mercy? How does that show them kindness? It's a reality of what it is, but it doesn't need to be like that. I give the example that there was this group that had like today's genocide and pictures of like baby parts on posters, and then the poster next to it was the gestational stages of babies. So like 1 week, 2 week, like of the fetus. I don't know what that was. And to me, that was more impactful, the fetus. And that's when I was pregnant, like I said, too. And I was like, hey guys, find 17 weeks. That's what's inside. Yay, say hi to Phoebus. That kind of thing before I knew what I was having. So like, again, that's my personal take. You might not bother you, but it surprised me, and I want people to know. And I think, again, the answer to that is more mercy and kindness and be as Christ did. Because you can call people out. Christ did that, but you can also do it with love, right? Make sure to bring, I keep saying the same things over and over, if you noticed, a backpack. All medications you take, you're responsible for taking your own meds unless otherwise arranged by your family. I'm not one of those ones that holds it and you have to like ration it out. I gotta like watch you take it. You're responsible until I'm told otherwise. Bring a copy of your insurance card with you to keep in your wallet. A completed health form. I think all of you have done that. I think I have a copy for that, but just in case, I put this on here. It's from last year's too. Your cell phone, huge, big deal. Spending money, and a refillable water bottle. Have a great trip. Have fun. Stay positive, even if it's cold. Again, I think these trips always kind of play out by your attitude. If we can find the silver lining in all things, if we just are patient, we hurry up and wait like good little children and all that kind of stuff, we can have a really great time. If we get caught up in little details, it can be a bad trip. So we'll have fun and stay as positive as we can. Follow the rules. Listen to adults. If you don't know what's going on, ask an adult. Pay attention to your surroundings. Know where the group is located. Don't walk and text. And if you have friends and family in the area, they're welcome to join the group for most activities. Can't guarantee we'll get them tickets to events, but keep in mind that the group will not come to them. This is very important. That happened last year where they thought the group was going to go to the parent. No, the group, they will have to come find the group, not vice versa. All right. So that's it. Woohoo! We're live streamed. Am I on it? Oh, I am on it. Oh, so there you go. All the fun that is Mandy. trying to figure out how to make this thing work. So there you go. That's, if you have questions, if you have other concerns, you can call or text me, email me, whatever. You have my cell phone number now, and we can get it all figured out and together. And I'm looking forward to it. See you Wednesday. Holy cow. Like, makes me a little nauseous. All right. See you guys. I hope you're having a fun snow day. Bye.